Okay, when you look inside your log, determine how many different factors you're looking at. We have a factor of 5, factor with the base e, and a factor with the base 3. So we have 3 different factors. So anticipate that when you expand this out, you're going to have 3 separate terms or 3 separate logs. We'll take the natural log of the first factor, 5. Because that's a factor in the numerator, we'll leave it positive sign in front. Our second factor, again, is in the numerator, so plus ln of e cubed. And then our last factor is in the denominator, so a minus ln of 3. Once we get all of our logs written, we can then apply the properties of the powers. So the 3 comes out front. And what is the value of ln of e? Has a value of 1. So we get 3 times 1, or just 3. And so our simplified form would look like this. All right, try this next example, please. And see if you can expand out this log, please. Again, if you look to see how many logs are you anticipating expanding into, we have a base of 5, a factor with the base x, a factor with the base y, a factor with the base 2, and a factor with the base z. So you should be anticipating 5 different logs as you expand this out. So if we rewrite, our log has a base that's unwritten 10, so it's a common log. All our factors in the numerator will be written with positive, so log 5 plus log x squared plus log y cubed. And then the factors in the denominator are all going to have negatives in front. So a minus log 2 and a minus log z. The last thing is to apply our properties of these powers and move them out front. They become multipliers, and that gives you your simplified form. So this is the expanded form for this particular log. All right, so I want you to give this one a shot. It's a little bit more complex. All right, see if you can expand this log. That's the log base 3 of the fraction x squared times the cube root of x squared plus 1 all over x plus 1 cubed. Right, when you're looking at this, you still kind of think of it in the same way. You figure out, anticipate how many different logs are you expecting to see here. Well, we have a factor with a base x. Here we have a factor with this binomial base x squared plus 1. It's taken to the power of 1/3, right, the rational power form of a cube root. And then we also have this binomial base x plus 1, and it's being cubed. So here we have 3 different base factors, so we're looking at 3 logs when we expand out. Each one will be the original log base 3. So our x squared is a factor in the numerator, so we'll write that there. The next base, log 3 of the quantity x squared plus 1. If we use the rational power form for cube root, again it's 1/3. And then our final base is x plus 1. It's in the denominator, so we're going to use a minus log of x plus 1, and then that's being cubed. So the only other thing left in each of these cases is to move our powers into the front as a multiplier. And that works for all 3 terms, and this would be our expanded form. Okay, so if you were writing this online, it would look like the following. 2 log bracket 3x plus 1/3 log brackets 3 x squared plus 1 minus 3 log brackets, oops, there should be a base 3 here, of x plus 1. Okay, so this would be the form that you would enter online.